Hello everyone, welcome to the Upfront. History is not a WhatsApp forward, it is built on evidence, records, and scholarship. But what happens when a powerful political leader uses history not to enlighten but to mislead? Recently, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Adityanath made a claim that has shocked many historians. Speaking at a workshop in Lucknow on September 23rd, he said that in the year 1100, Hindus numbered 60 crore, and by 1947, their population had fallen to just 30 crore. But here is the problem. According to globally respected economic historian Angus Madison, the entire world population around the year 1000 was only about 30 crore. If the world itself had only 30 crore people, how could Hindus alone have been 60 crore? Let us ask the obvious question, what records was Adityanath referring to? In fact, India's first proper nationwide census took place only in 1881 under the British. Before that, we have no reliable all India data, only scattered local surveys for taxation or military recruitment. Even during Mughal Emperor Akbar's reign in the 16th century, when his minister Abul Fazl compiled the famous Ain-e-Akbari, the data included villages, households and crops but not exact population counts. Historians today, by combining these fragments, estimate that the entire Indian subcontinent had about 14 to 17 crore people during Akbar's time. By the 11th or 12th century, India's population was likely 7 to 9 crore, not 60 crore. So Adityanath's figure is not just exaggerated, it is mathematically impossible. And this is not the only contradiction. In the same speech, he also said that 300 years ago, India contributed 25% of the world's GDP, that India was the world's number one economic power. That is broadly true. Around 1700, under Mughal rule, India did account for nearly a quarter of the global GDP. But here lies the irony. If India was the world's economic powerhouse under the Mughals, then how does that fit with the narrative of constant looting, destruction, and population collapse? Both stories cannot be true at the same time. Either India was wealthy and thriving, or it was ruined and blood dry. Either India was wealthy and thriving, or it was ruined and blood dry. The selective storytelling reveals a deeper political agenda. By inflating Hindu population figures in the past and presenting Muslims only as invaders and destroyers, leaders like Adityanath attempt to create a permanent sense of grievance. The message is clear: Hindus were victims and Muslims were oppressors. Such rhetoric makes it easier to polarize communities today. But history, when studied honestly, tells a more complex story. Famines, epidemics, and wars affected everyone regardless of their religion. Economies rose and fell because of trade, climate, and technology, not simply because of one group's supposed cruelty. In reality, by 1947, when India became independent, the census recorded about 39 crore people in the subcontinent, of which roughly 27 crore were Hindus. That data is consistent, reliable, and verifiable. The 60 crore in 1100 claim, however, is a pure invention. This brings us to a bigger question: what happens when a chief minister of India's largest state, with ambitions for prime minister post, chooses to spread unverified myths instead of verified facts? What signal does that send to the nation and to the world? It signals that truth no longer matters in politics. That leaders can bend numbers, rewrite history, and inflame emotions to suit their short-term goals. And the danger is clear. Once such narrative enter mainstream politics, they no longer remain fringe conspiracy theories. They become accepted facts for millions of people who trust their leaders. This is why it is essential to challenge such claims. Because when leaders deliberately distort history, they are not just insulting historians, they are playing with the emotions of ordinary people, they are setting one community against another, and they are weakening democracy itself. History deserves seriousness, not slogans, and leadership demands responsibility, not recklessness. So, here is the question we leave you with today. Should India's leaders be allowed to turn history into propaganda, or should we, as citizens, demand better facts, not fables? That's all for today. If you like the content we provide, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our updates. Please share our videos and educate others. Thank you.